this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems. Don't you hate it when that happens to you? When it does, you need this, and this, and this. When it happens to me, I always know where to go. When you've got professionals on your side, your problems don't stand a chance. What are you waiting for? Contact them today and let them take care of your problems.
Good evening, welcome to Undaunted, bringing into the news untold stories. I am Oni Opala. Let's begin. It is said first to start by saying that Doctors Without Borders has announced it's suspending operations in the troubled south of the Midland region of Ambazonia, La Republic, the Cameroon at it again. As French Cameroon genocidaries continues to waste innocent lives, butcher and murder the peoples of Ambazonia, and also wickedly making attempts to deny them humanitarian assistance, the West is proactively ensuring that Ukraine gets all it needs to defend themselves. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called for more weapons and for Europe to close its seaport to Russia in an address to the Norwegian Parliament on Wednesday. And to respond to concerns of the evil machinations of the so-called Unity Warriors, Secretary of State for Self-Defense and Homeland Secretary Mr. Francis Shenyi will be joining us to take some questions. Let's quickly get to the prime headlines.
Prime headlines. Doctors Without Borders have announced it is suspending operations in the troubled south of the Midland region of Ambazonia. According to official reports, 29 people have died of cholera in Ambazonia in the past week, the colonial health minister announced on Friday, March 25th. The Secretary of State for Homeland Security and Defense responded to the killings in Bui by the Unity Warriors. Hard times hit hard on La Republic du Cameroon as denizens indulge in diabolic ways to make ends meet. Refugee crisis sparked by Russia's invasion continues to grow as conflict nears its sixth week. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky called for more weapons and for Europe to close its seaports to Russia in an address to the Norwegian Parliament on Wednesday. Ambazonia neutralists. When neutrality and hypocrisy have a common face of betrayal, Don Wanobi captions.
La République de Cameroon at it again. After escalating the carnage in Ambazonia lately, they most probably want to send away any organization or NGO that provides support to the suffering people of Ambazonia. Report has it that Doctors Without Borders has announced it's suspending operations in the troubled south of the Midland region of Ambazonia. What's happening? Is it another scheme to make the people bend and turn against the struggle? It is important to note that this is not the first humanitarian organization having difficulty operating in the Cameroon since the war began. Often, these NGOs are presented with complicated policies or even denied access into the affected areas. Now you understand why even published data may not be accurate. So smart, what exactly is the situation this time?
That report, MSF had been unable to operate in the area since its programs were suspended by colonial authorities almost 8 months before September last year. There are very high chances that the current situation might just have been enhanced by the same circumstances. We cannot remain in a region where we are not allowed to provide care to people, said Emmanuel Lampard, MSF's operation coordinator for Central Africa in August last year. He continued, unfortunately, we cannot keep our staff on standby any longer, so we have no choice but to withdraw our teams. MSF will keep a small liaison office in Bamenda to continue dialogue with the colonial authorities in hopes of being able to return to the area in the future. It is worthy to be reminded that MSF provided free emergency medical care and ambulance services in the Northwest region from 2018 until its activities were suspended on December 8, 2020. This suspension came after a series of unfounded allegations accusing MSF of supporting local armed groups, the Restoration Forces, which MSF has consistently denied both publicly and in meetings with authorities. Despite months of engagement, authorities did not grant MSF permission to resume medical activities. Now you see why genociders may be wanting Doctors Without Borders out, right? Let's dig deeper. Our suspension significantly reduces access to medical services in an area where communities are badly affected by armed violence, said Lampert. We hope that the provision of medical humanitarian assistance to everyone without exclusions will still be possible. People are paying a very heavy price for this situation. If the colonial authorities decide to lift our suspension, we will resume our medical activities as soon as possible. It would appear that since last year, instead of them lifting the suspension, the colonial administration has increased the superstition. If not, why is there continued self-eviction of MSF from other parts of Ambazonia?